So, my personal journey started when I was 16 years old. I started watching Raw and SmackDown with my, at the time, significant other. We would watch every week, and I would watch with my grandma too, sit along and cheer with her. I really started to get into the storylines, the gimmicks, the costumes, the different personalities. It was just all really fascinating to me, and I really liked it. Give it about 3 years or so, I started to fall off though because I thought some of the things they were starting to do were a bit too goofy. So I lost interest. Then jump to early last year, 2022. My husband and I started to watch wrestling a bit, and my roommates would watch regularly. So I got back into it. Then that summer, I went to a birthday party and we were told about this wonderful little place called UCW in Saginaw. So we figured, let's go check it out. So we went to the show, and I made sure we got there early to get front row. Had to have front row. And it was totally worth it. You were right in the action where everything was happening. People were on the floor in front of us, almost in our chairs. People had to move around to get out of the way. It looked like so much fun being in that ring. And I remember there was fake blood splattered all over the floor, and a little bit got on my popcorn bag, so I lost my popcorn, but it was definitely worth it. It gives a good memory. We went to another show 2 weeks later. I brought my roommate's kids, and it was so wonderful to see their reactions. They just completely lit up. They were completely into the show, and they got to meet some of the wrestlers between different parts, and that's one thing I love about UCW and other smaller shows around the state. Like, WWE is great, but you don't really get that personal experience because it's so large. The smaller shows like this, you have more of a chance to meet and interact with the wrestlers and the other people behind the scenes. And I really like that, and that's something I really want to do myself. The kids just were inspired, and they had an amazing time and loved meeting all the wrestlers. And it was after that second show that it was decided I wanted to give this a try. I've always been a wuss for pain until I joined the wrestling school. I've become a lot more tough. And I wanted to join, but financially I wasn't sure it was possible. But my first trainer, Chris Klontz, he is a wonderful trainer, phenomenal to work with. He pretty much said, well, why not give it a try? And it didn't take much prodding. I figured, all right, let's go with it. So after seeing how practice went, I was so excited to be joining. Like, as soon as they started running the ropes, I wanted to jump right in there right then because it looked so fun. It was totally my thing. So I joined and started going to practices, and it completely changed my life in so many ways. Wrestling has become a passion of mine, and it did not take long at all. It has changed me mentally, physically, and emotionally. I have become a more confident person inside the ring and outside, and that's thanks to my trainer and my classmates. They have instilled in me and still are that I am a strong person inside and out, and I can do these things. I just need to be more confident in myself. And I have become better at standing up for myself. A lot of times I would have issues saying things that were bothering me or letting myself do something for me. But I've gotten better with it. So not only that, physically, I have had a completely changed diet since last summer. I eat more healthy. I go to the gym regularly, so I feel better. And I'm getting a lot more muscle, which is great to see. It'll help me so much in the ring. And I've made some really good friends along the way, and I can't wait to see who else I get to meet and work with. So there have been a lot of changes, but for the good. I ended up taking a break for about 7 months to take care of some personal things. And as cliche as it sounds, wrestling was still calling for me that entire time. I know sometimes when you do things and take a break from it, it's just like, you know what? Really not that big of a deal, but I was dying to get back in that ring. It's really fun getting to work on the different moves and thinking of ways to improve my character, her personality. There's just so many things that can be changed and worked on all the time. And I'm looking to graduate from professional wrestling school and at the very least do shows around the state. And now that I'm back in practices as of recently, I've got the wrestling bug back pretty bad, and I cannot wait to see what else I do, what I learn, and how good of a wrestler I become. Because this is something I've become passionate about, and I don't think that's going to change. When the time comes, I can't wait to debut my character. She is all planned out. I've got her look down, her personality. She is dark. She is peculiar and intense. And when the time comes, she is going to rock the wrestling world. I guarantee it. So get ready because I am going to kick some ass.